Indian democracy, yesterday and the day before, resembled the theatre of the absurd. Have you ever, like I mentioned yesterday, seen the Saptadhari Dal stop parliament? In my life, never. And this is obviously a nationalistic government, wants to protect says they're the best protecting our India's security, can't see it as far as China is concerned, and you can't see it in internal security either. Man with fake PMO card gets free run in JNK, and this guy is, as somebody called him, he's a Dhongi Gujarati. His name is Kiran Patel. Get another Dhongi Gujarati, right? Really funny. He's got a fake letter from that he's part of the PMO. He's got security like you can't believe in Jammu and Kashmir twice. Can you imagine? Now you can really put join the dots on the Pulwama issue, right? If one guy can get in, well, RDX, hey, what's the problem? Standoff deepens. BJP says Rahul part of toolkit. Congress sees plot in LS audio law. So this was the theatre of the absurd, right? First time seen ever. 21 minutes in Sansad TV, blanked off in terms of voice. Unbelievable scenes. And Toolkit gang. Are these guys for real? These BJP guys, Toolkit gang. Okay? Spent Kartus, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Cylinder, Irani, Goli Maro Thakur. God. And then you have this, more mud you fling, more lotus will bloom. Tears into Congress says Indira dismissed 50 state governments. But they really have nothing else, right? Just tear into Indira, tear into Indira. And this is a fight where BJP Congress chiefs lock horns over Rahul. And let me tell you, Kharge will eat nada up pre-breakfast. Forget post-breakfast, because Nada is an absolute greenhorn as far as politics is concerned. Because it's the kiss ass, right? Change the playbook, please. This is your gang of what do you call? So basically, the much hyped Lutyens Delhi gang was nothing. It was nothing but the incestuous, like I pointed out, NDTV came out of the NDTV University and some of the old English paper university, which includes people like Tavleen Singh, Karan Thapar, includes Swaminathan Iyer, includes Neerja Chaudhary, includes Barkha Dutt, includes Komi Kapoor, because they really got big because the Congress politicians fed them. They were comfortable in English, they fed them, right? These guys think they know everything, but do they? They have now become lazy, absolutely lazy and non-investigative, right? And one of them is this Tavleen Singh, who can't figure out whether she's coming or going. Change the playbook, please. It was by accident last week that I happened to turn on the news at the very moment when our Prime Minister and the Prime Minister of Australia stepped into the gilded golf cart to take their lap of honor. It reminded me, as it did, of people of Roman Empire, emperors and circuses. Not a good look for democratically elected leaders. But when friends from Lutyens Delhi, and she's one of them, by the way, just because she lives in some village in Goa doesn't make her any less Lutyens Delhi, right? Called to snare jeer, I realized that just as they cannot understand Narendra Modi's soaring approval ratings, and she could not be further from the truth. She needs her head examined. Is she seeing Modi's soaring ratings in Maharashtra, in Bihar, in Tamil Nadu? Grow up, lady, grow up. And the reason why she's doing this, folks, is because her son's compromised, right? And she's trying to protect him, right? Narendra Modi is soaring. They cannot understand that the average Indian voter was probably mesmerized by the spectacle. I actually threw up, and I'm also an average voter, okay? For a Congress, a twofold approach. If that's not to happen, Parishkar believes the Congress must act on two fronts, organizationally and in terms of its political mobilization. Now, here's the funny thing. They've acted absolutely. They're out there on the streets. They're very active, Mr. Karan Thapar. You also need to get your head examined and go out and maybe join those marches. You were so afraid. Why did you join the Bharat Jodo Yatra? Yeah? But I want to understand. However, by not holding elections for the Congress Working Committee, who is this Parishkar fellow? He's again playing into the hands of the BJP. If they had held these elections, absolutely no, you would have had infighting in the Congress. So they stopped it. And then the Swaminathan Iyer, Congress lost to BJP in Christian majority states. Is he really for? Is this a BJP win? 2 seats in Meghalaya. Nagaland 10 seats. Rest of it is all the Naga Christian party. Tripura also down from previous year. And he calls this a lost Christian states. Why make that Christian states, right? Northeast is just a corrupt area. There is no Christianity there in terms of loyalty. It's just BS. And almost everybody is doing this, right? And like I said, Neeraj Chaudhary, punching bag politics via house standoff helps both Modi and Rahul. It does not help Modi. And it definitely helps Rahul, and it helps the Congress and the opposition. Madam, it does not, don't say it doesn't help the opposition. Will Rahul's remark undo hard work of Bharat Jodo? This is again Barkha Dutt, NDTV Barkha Dutt. She's lost in the woods, right? It is wrong to make this about Rahul Gandhi's patriotism, but it is right to say that his comment in the UK certainly showed a lack of political instinct. Barkha Dutt talks about political instinct. Real. And here again, Shah of Northeast. This is Shah of Northeast is Sarna, the corrupt Sarna, right? And the BJP with just 2 MLAs has got a ministerial berth in Sangma's government. Is that what it's all about? Kubi? That's what we've reduced our stuff to, right? And then you have this is the Shah of the Northeast. I shut down 600 madrasas, want to close all, says Himanta. Go figure that, guys. And this is what is going to happen. Ramcharitra Manas, Ro Manji calls Ram imaginary, BJP hits back. It's happening, right? This is the Mandal agitation, right? It's gathering steam. And why Seattle's new law on caste bias is needed. Or perhaps it's 2020 when the state of California filed a lawsuit against Cisco for caste discrimination against a Dalit employee. Since that law, 250 Dalits from tech companies such as Google, Microsoft and Apple have reported caste-based discrimination. Caste apartheid stains higher education. Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud recently said, right? And you got to figure this, and this is where I end, right? The perils of dictating a country's culture, written by Mark Tully. But how does all this relate to Fakir Azharuddin's speech? The answer is that it's simple. It reiterates because the lecture highlights the folly of the version of Pakistan's culture put out by the government, which is not dissimilar to India's official version of its own culture. And finally, in defense of CPR, a fine public policy institution, he says CPR has its rank, and one of the finest diplomats have served in India in recent decades. Shyam Saran, in service, he helped deepen ties with the United States, push for connectivity to the neighborhood, but more than anything, brought out a folly on India's China policy. And that, my friends, is the reason CPR has lost its foreign funding. And that's our democracy, folks. Go figure. 3 cheers and Jai Hind.